All the Best Kids with the world premiere of Falling Out the Mind. And holy smokes, Cody, I love the track, man. This is awesome.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Holy smokes. That's a perfect example of what All the Best Kids is like. And now you said you were going to share the name of the album.
Oh, yeah.
So that's off the upcoming album. It's an EP.
It is an EP.
EP, which, by the way, if you're listening and you don't know EP, that generally means, we'll just say 8 tracks or 7 tracks or less, I think.
Well, this one will be 4 songs.
Oh, excellent.
4 songs.
All right.
Yeah.
So 4 songs, 4-song EP,
yeah.
and it's called?
So I could go ahead and say it, but it kind of ties into the name of the band as well.
Oh, well then why don't you tell us the story, man? So tell us about the story behind the name of the band.
Yeah, so we got started about 6...
Oh, wait a minute. Before you do that, hold on. I want to give them some context. So let me give you a proper introduction here. So on DC Music Rocks, we're shining a spotlight on the great songs, artists, and incredible people behind the DC region's music scene. All the Best Kids they say they come from the future with one purpose: to spread the highest vibration of music to the world. They blend hip-hop, pop, psych, rock, and soul. All the Best Kids speaks directly to the heart, bypassing the mind and reminding us of something forgotten long ago. They are All the Best Kids. And I've been a fan of these guys. I mean, I've known them since, good gracious, Cody, you and I go way back to like years now with maybe Flash Band, or I don't even remember how our paths crossed, but I've been aware of All the Best Kids and all the cool things you're doing, and I've been a huge fan for a long time. So for me, it's just a total fanboy moment to have you here on the show, man. Thanks for being here. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I wanted to give them some context before we launch in. So now, tell me the story behind the name, All the Best Kids. Where's that come from?
Okay, I will tell you. So basically, the name is a symbol to remind everyone that we are all the best kids. You know, like we all do our best until we learn something higher. And that is to be respected, that's to be loved, and absolutely cherished. So the name of the band, we started about 6 years ago, and we were kind of looking for names. Initially, we went under Purple Velvet Planet for a show. Another time it was Dubstep Prayer. And then I had this idea.
Okay.
I had this idea that came to me after I'd seen people kind of like Michael Jackson, Britney Spears, like these mega awesome beings that give their love to people through music, just become like torn down and rejected, and because they reach this point where like they have to restructure their mental constructs. Some people call it a mental breakdown, but regardless, like they hit a point where the way that they saw the world didn't bring them joy anymore. Like the way that they connected with the world, something didn't work, so they had to restructure.
Okay.
And so the name, the original name, is All the Best Kids Have Mental Breakdowns.
Oh. Okay. I didn't know that. All right. All the Best Kids Have Mental Breakdowns. All the Best Kids sounds better than that. I'm glad you shortened it, though. That's a nice move. All right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We definitely shortening it. It's hard to say. You know what I mean? Like if you introduce yourself, you're like,
that's a lot.
We are All the Best Kids Have Mental Break. That's a lot. So All the Best Kids works, and it also kind of makes the true meaning special for those that seek it. You know,
got it.
As opposed to people that might assign the meaning to it.
I see. All right. So now you teased us with all that to say. Now tell us. So the title of the EP.
The title of the EP. Back to the Roots. All the Best Kids Have Mental Breakdowns. That's
the name of the EP?
That's it, yeah.
There we go. All right, we're paying homage. It's like self-titled, but it's self-titled and then some. We're adding on. I dig it. Wow, man. Very cool, dude. And now, what's your connection to the DC scene? What part of the city are you? Where you living? Where you working? All that stuff.
So we're pretty much based in the northern area of the city, northeast, northwest. I live in northwest. in an artist collective known as the Love and Solidarity Collective. We practice at David Whitehead's house, who is our saxophone player. We practice in his basement. His neighbor Scott hears us pretty often, loves our music.
Excellent. That's good. Scott, shout out to you, man, for listening to the practice all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we
Northwest.
get around. Yeah.
Northeast and Northwest.
We actually practiced here in Arlington for about a year and a half.
Wow.
Yeah. Like right around the corner. Yeah, probably like a 10-minute walk from here.
That's amazing. And so now, and when he says here, by the way, we're in Clarendon when we're recording this, so not far from here in Clarendon. So you guys have been all over the DMV area. I love it. What about now? Talk about you on the personal side. So outside of this music thing, what else is going on? What else is in your life? What do you do in your free time?
So when I'm not doing music stuff, I'm doing other music stuff. I'm a music engineer, a live sound engineer, and a studio engineer. So I work at music venues such as the Hamilton. Shout out Danny Schwartz, who's been on the show.
Yep.
Shout out Keith. Keith was here like maybe a week or two ago.
from the Hamilton, and now Wolf Trap. That's absolutely. Well, we know. I mean, and you got the music thing, but outside the music, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What do you do? What do you do? Like hobbies? What else?
Oh, well, I support activist causes.
Okay.
So I like to find communities and people that feel they're oppressed and just remind them how loved they are. Just like be a person of light in their lives.
That's awesome. How does that manifest itself? It sounds like.
Well, so I threw a fundraiser for a few different trans communities during DC Pride, and that was pretty awesome. Like like there were people there that learned something, had a good time, and we also raised money so that these organizations could do what they do, exist, and just because I mean, yeah, Pride comes, like the Pride movement was kind of started by a black trans woman, and so to be able to kind of even though like I don't personally identify as trans, like I respect and just love people being their selves, their true selves. It's been such a challenge for me to be my true self in life. Yeah. So I support anybody that's kind of bypassing what they're told to be and decides it from the inside.
Becoming their true self. That's really cool, Cody. I like that, man. Now, what about one of my favorite questions to ask on the show is, if you could offer one piece of advice, what would it be?
For a musician or just anybody?
I'm going to leave it up to you. However you want to answer the question.
Okay. For the world at large, this beautiful, beautiful planet that we exist on, all the humans, if I were to give you all one piece of advice, I say, follow your heart. Be honest with yourself. Be truthful with yourself. You know when you're doing something that's harming someone else or yourself. And so as long as you follow what feels right and natural inside, you will always lead yourself in the proper direction. Even if no one else around you can give you that support.
It's that inner compass. Follow that inner compass.
Oh, yeah.
I like that, man. That's kind of deep. And now you were going to talk about all the Best Kids. I wanted you to share the story about, so there's so many members to the Best Kids, and it started at, how many did it start with, and then it's grown? Talk about that.
Oh, yeah. So we started 6 years ago. There were 5 people initially. And out of those initial 5, I am the only remaining member. So I am the band leader, wrangler, but now I'll go through it. So there was that, and then we became 6 people. We added another vocalist at that point.
Yeah.
And so I guess sometime around late 2012, Will Pierce joined. who is our guitarist.
Mm-hmm.
And he's, so we're kind of like the long-term foundation of the band.
Sure.
And sometime within, I guess about 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago maybe, we expanded to 10 people. And at that point...
10 people? Wow, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So we have... I'll shout out
so
everybody.
I was going to say, when at 9:30 Club, then there's going to be what are all the things that people are going to see on stage when All the Best Kids play?
Well, you'll see me in a brilliant shiny silver suit. You'll see Will rocking guitar. You'll see Anya singing. You'll see Avi on bass. You'll see Devin on piano. You'll see Rob Rose on synth. You'll see Kati Sesana on drums. You will see David Whitehead on sax, Wes Bowling on trombone. You will see Stephanie Kaiser on trumpet. You'll also see our fairy, Fabiola. Yes, we have a fairy.
You have a fairy? I love it. Okay.
So that's 11. And then there's also 12 now because Greg is a member of the band. He's our lighting technician. And
that's just as much a part of it too. Shout out to the lights.
Yeah, I mean
those effects.
Like he runs the curtain like a canvas, so it's like
that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, he is absolutely an artist. So you will see 12 people displaying their art.
12
and
people.
Maybe we'll come across someone else.
Who knows? Exciting things in store. God, that said. Well, Cody, I love it, man. I love all the cool stuff you got going on here. And so one more time for those folks who want to find out more about All the Best Kids and what's going on with you guys, where do they go?
Oh, yeah. You can go to our website, www.allthebestkids.com. You can find us on Instagram, @allthebestkids, Facebook, /allthebestkids. But remember, when you're searching for All the Best Kids, it's one word. Because we are all the best kids.
There it is. Keep it all together. Smash it together. I love it, man. Now, I want to touch base on a little bit of the news, because we were talking about some of the stuff. You got new EPs. So I want to talk about it for the DC music scene now. So in DC music news, first up, we got new releases. They're all available right now wherever you get your music, everything I'm going to talk about. And they're in your episode notes if you check on this episode. So music-wise, Lori Williams released Out of the Box, which is a 15-song jazz full album. And it's recommended if you like Diane Reeves, Anita Baker, or Aletta Adams. You might love Lori Williams. So I hope you check out that new full album she just released. It's so good.
That sounds dope.
The Bottle Shop released Spring Shack, which is a 10-song rock full album. They're recommended if you like CCR, The Beatles, Foo Fighters, Modest Mouse. Check out The Bottle Shop. I was really enjoying that this week, too. Melodyne released Nights Out Here, which is a rock single. They're recommended if you like Zach Brown Band, Need to Breathe, or Tom Petty. You might love them. Odetta Hartman released You, which is an indie single. That's recommended if you like Beck, Karen Dalton, Sylvan Esso, Patti Smith. You might love Odetta Hartman. And then last up, Vice Years released Crowded Rooms, which is a rock single. They're recommended if you like Third Eye Blind or Jimmy Eat World. You might love Crowded Vice Years. You might check them out. So awesome stuff coming from new releases. And now with All the Best Kids, so the new release, do you have any kind of time frame on? You said that it's All the Best Kids Have Mental Breakdowns is the name of the EP that's coming out.
Yeah.
And we looking at like late this year, early next year? What do you think?
Oh, well, I mean, I kind of want to surprise people, but it's coming sooner. It's coming so soon.
All right.
Extremely soon.
Stay tuned then, because as soon as that thing hits the street, I promise you I'm sharing it on this show for sure. I want you to know about it because, man, as you just got a sneak preview here, but that's one of what will be a few tracks from these guys. So make sure you check that out. That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
And also in DC Music News, what shows are you going to this week? What are you going to see this week? Right now, take a moment to check the episode notes to see the list of our hottest picks for this week's local DC shows to see. We spend hours each week sifting through them all and to share the ones that we think are going to be great shows. Also, remember that our website, dcmusicrocks.com, features DC's only live music calendar that is exclusively for local artists. You can visit the calendar anytime for the full list, preview the artists if you haven't heard of them, and go see some live music around this week. So take a look at those episode notes. And for you guys, for All the Best Kids, talk about upcoming shows.
Oh, yeah. So, first off, 9:30 Club, August 18th.
Yeah,
DC Music
buddy.
Rocks Festival.
We're doing
Come
it.
on
Oh,
now.
I can't wait to see you at this thing, man. God, it's going to be so... 12 people now. You just keep adding people. It's a special thing. This is going to be a very special show.
Well, I mean,
it really is.
So we met 3 years ago, and we've been talking about doing a show together ever since. Like, I've wanted to do one with y'all, and you've talked about it. JR's been talking about it. This is it.
This is the one.
The show.
We're doing it at 9:30. This is us doing a high five on the air right now. That is awesome. We are doing this.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
Shout
All right,
out
so
JR.
9:30 Club.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Very good.
So when that's done, and we've like depleted all of our energy, and then we started rejuvenating.
Yeah.
Later in September, we're going out to West Virginia Culture Fest.
Whoa, cool.
September 8th, the Saturday, I think, or the 9th, whatever that Saturday is. We'll be playing Culture Fest on Pipestem, a big, beautiful mountain in West Virginia. Anybody looking for a cool experience, it's so cool. It's maybe $50, and you get to camp right there on the grounds. You experience music from all over the U.S. and all over the world. And you get to experience Appalachia like in its just glory. It's so beautiful.
That's amazing. So that's Culture Fest.
Yeah.
So we got 9:30 Club. We got Culture Fest.
Yeah.
Anything else major coming up for you guys?
Sunday, September 24th, I think it is, or 23rd. We're doing Cruise at Sunset in Georgetown.
on the boomerang boat.
Oh yeah,
the boomerang pirate
Second
ship.
annual.
God,
yeah.
and if you haven't done that, by the way, I hope you check that out at some point. Whether it's all the best kids in September or whatever it is, but it's a lot of fun to go get on a boat and cruise and get the music and party and hang out, and that sounds like so much fun. Man.